You know, speaking of being at CinemaCon, it was last year, it was 1 year ago that they showed us the first promo reel for Project Hail Mary. And I was so agog and aghast by it that I had to go get the audiobook. And I went through the book. I went through it 3 or 4 times, loved it, turned some other friends onto it, all that kind of. Oh, yeah, you were one of them. That's right. I forgot. Turned some friends onto it. And like, I just could not wait to see the movie. But even leading into the movie, while we had high hopes for its quality, I was tempered in how well I think it could do, because it's not a 4-quadrant film. Not everybody has read the book. I didn't think it was the best marketing campaign, and I said if they could, I think they're shooting for the stars is 500 million. If they can get to 500 million, they'll be into profitable territory at that point, and I think that will be doing well. But I said it's going to be a bit of a struggle to be a blockbuster per se. Well, here we are now, 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks. We just got through its third weekend, so it's, what are we at now? Like 16 days, 17 days into the movie, and it has now officially crossed the $500 million mark. As you can see here, it's now sitting at 510 million worldwide, which means it has gotten to what I kind of thought the ceiling was. I thought in a perfect world, maybe it can get to 600 or whatever, but it's already exceeded what I thought the ceiling was. And you know what? If I go back to this page here, on its third weekend, it's only taken a 22% drop.
Whoa.
From weekend 2 to 3. Still made $24.5 million on its third weekend. Again, eclipsing that barrier. Again, a barrier I wasn't really sure it could break. I mean, I knew the film would be good. I just didn't know if a ton of people go to see it. But the word of mouth has been great. People have been going back to see it 2, 3, 4 times. And you know what? Listen, it's got Mario to contend with now. It's going to have Michael to contend with here in a couple of days. I don't know if 6 is still realistic, but it's got a shot at 6 at this point. Anyway, Rob, you saw that Project Hail Mary's crossed the $500 million mark.
Well, as you know, it's not
surprised. What do you think?
not surprising to me.
Okay.
That,
Yeah,
you
thought
I'm
it
a
would be
big
bigger
fan,
than I did. Yeah.
and I thought that it would do that. Look, and what I love about the film is, I'll tell you something, having that movie and having the Artemis 2 mission, where you actually have a fictitious space traveler and you have 4 space travelers. I love to see the uptick in interest in space exploration, because obviously we belong in the heavens, and it's nice to see these kinds of things in tandem with each other, and it's great. I mean, look, you know what? A movie like Project Hail Mary is about the triumph of the human spirit, and it's about a sense of awe and wonder, and the fact that maybe we can meet life that is benevolent, and we can cooperate and save 2 planets. And then, there's something about when you get to the end of the movie, how can you not have a smile on your face?
What's 2 of my favorite things, because you talked about the timing of Project Hail Mary going. By the way, I'm being reminded that this was its 4th weekend, not its 3rd.
Oh.
Was the timing of it with the Artemis space mission. And 2 things that I loved. One was the message Rocky sent to the astronauts. Brave space humans, go do much moon science, return home safe. And then my second favorite thing was the woman on the astronaut crew, when they had that one amazing view, and she said, "Amaze, amaze, amaze."
Yeah.
Like, that was like one of the coolest things ever. It still stands as my favorite movie of the year. I mean, I'm hoping. Okay, listen to the thing. If Project Hail Mary ends up being my favorite movie of the year by the end of the year, it's been a great year. But I'm hoping Odyssey can beat it. I'm hoping Dune can beat it. Hell, I'm hoping Doomsday can beat it. I'm hoping, like, imagine, Rob, getting to the end of this year and Project Hail Mary is your 4th favorite film of the year. How good of a year is it if it's your 4th favorite film of the year?
It's a good year.
Dude, I remember last year's CinemaCon when they started the presentation and they opened with like 10 minutes of Project Hail Mary.
Oh my God.
And Rob was bouncing off the walls. And when it ended and the lights came on and the studio heads came on stage, you put your arm on my shoulder and you were like, I know very few things in this life, but I know Project Hail Mary is going to be a big hit and it's going to win Best Picture at the Academy Awards. And like, honestly, like, it might.
I have to temper that.
Well,
I temper it now, but only because, you know, like I was telling you, it's, to me, it's 95%.
but it's got a shot. Like, it's in the conversation.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yes,
It's
it's
really
really good.
like we were talking about earlier, like my favorite moment in the movie is kind of a passing moment early on when he's talking to some of the astronauts and he says, I don't have the bravery gene. And one of the astronauts looks him in the eye and says, it's not a gene. You just got to find somebody to be brave for. And I like, God,
Such a great line.
it's such a good line. And there's a number of moments like that in the movie that just do make you smile. They really do. Like it's a feel good movie. It's got pace. It's over 2.5 hours, but you don't even feel it. I mean, it's killing it. I
agree.
You were right. You were right. I was like, I'm never gonna doubt Rob ever.
I remember, you know, now that you mentioned it, I remember Ann and I were visiting you and Allie in Indiana. And we were standing around in your kitchen one morning and you said, okay, I'm super excited for Project Hail Mary. Should I get the book? And both Ann and I were like, yes, get the book. And like 2 weeks later, like you gave me a call, dude, I'm only about a third of the way through this book. It's so good.
I was driving like a 12-hour road trip and I listened to like pretty much the whole thing in one stint and I called you. I gotta say, like, I loved the book and I loved the movie, but part of me wishes I hadn't read the book because I did feel like there were things missing because of what I knew from the book when I watched it, but I still loved it. I just, like, I don't know, do you read the book before? Like, I've been fighting the urge not to read Dune Messiah. Like, I have come very close to purchasing that book.
Not as good as Project.
I'm sure, but like, I just want to know so bad.
Ann's actually getting through it now. She's almost done Project Messiah. She's almost
Project Messiah.
She's almost done with Dune Messiah now herself too. But you know, I still remember. I think it was our 3rd time that we saw the movie. That we came out, I'm like, there's 2 moments in the movie. I can't remember if I said this on the show. There are 2 moments in the movie that completely embody marriage. One is when Grace is practicing the piloting before they go to Adrian. And Rocky is like, no, bad, too bad. We die now. We're dead. Like, wrong. And I'm like, okay, so that's marriage. And then Ann said that the other one that epitomized marriage was when Grace is doing the confessional. He's like, he tells me what to do. He tells me how to do it. And then when I do it, he says, what are you doing? And I'm like, yes, both things perfectly encapsulates marriage. Right there. Perfect. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Project Hail Mary has broken what I thought was its ceiling at $500 million. And it still made $24.5 million in its 4th weekend. Which is crazy, only dropping 22%. Whatever you guys think about that, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.